So, I've got a spooky story, Aaron. Would you like to hear it?
No. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Well,
Yeah.
you got no choice at all. Anyway, this story is called The Downfall to Working at McDonald. But it's spelled big M, little c, dot, Donald. So it's almost like a man whose first name is Muck, and then his last name is Donald, or maybe he's a bit of a rapper, like
Maybe
MC Donald.
It could have just been a grammatical error.
Yes, it could just be a grammatical error. I mean, that's
I don't know why I said grammatical error.
grammatical error. So anyway, here's the story. First of all, sorry for the length. There was a lot of details that I'm sure are very important, but please bear with me. Also, excuse my grammar and misspelling. That's how you can tell it's going to be great. So
Okay.
yes, as the title says, I work in McDonald, and part-time as a server in drive-thru. So
What,
basically,
oh, right. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
yes, he's an internet server. That's what he is. So basically, I'm the one at the second window giving you the food.
Mm-hmm.
I will not tell you where, but I will tell you that I work in Virginia. So he is telling you where.
Well, no, Virginia's pretty big, so I think it is. It's like one of the first states of America.
There you
I
go.
think.
Aren't
It's pretty
your
big.
Assassin's Creed facts fantastic?
Virginia.
I am
Yeah,
still
might
in
be.
high school, so I mostly work afternoons and weekend, which sadly is when all the creeps come out. Are you scared already, Aaron?
I'm like shitting my pants.
What? Don't worry about it, okay? You can clean it up later. We gotta finish the story, okay?
Oh, cool. There's something called Richmond in Virginia.
Yeah. Awesome. It all started about 2 weeks ago. I was just doing normal greeting and handling out food. What?
I wonder why he works at McDonald's. I really do.
There's a coincidence here. I'm not sure where though. Because I take my job way too seriously. Oh god, not even capital letter for I. I am always smiling and try to give the best customer service. Some male customers take that as flirting and ask for my number. I just brush it off and move on. And sometimes I get the real creeps, and they come every day to the drive-thru
Wait,
just
gay
to see
people?
me.
They're not creeps.
It's actually, I think it's a girl,
Oh,
because
right,
the
okay.
username is Love Kitten. I'm not saying that like men or
can
girls
love kittens.
can like kittens. Of course they can like kittens. It's a free country.
Well, not America. It's communist.
Yes. Their leader,
Lenin.
Karl Marx,
John Lennon.
President of the United States, John Lennon. Anyway, I better continue.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I should do like a girl voice for this or not, because
Well,
my throat might hurt a bit.
Previous stories we've read, when it's in quotes, you read it in the
Yeah.
person's voice, but the just normal text you read in
Yeah,
your
I think
own
there are
voice.
a few quotes here. Okay. So it all started on a Friday night. Normally it is busy and hectic, but tonight was different. I remember because it was a full moon and it was very slow, unusual for a Friday night. Around 11:30 I get an order with just a Big Mac with nothing on it. Dun dun dun!
What evil?
Yeah, but that's not the creeper part. They didn't want
creeper
buns
part.
either. To me, I find it odd, but I'm sure it's just someone high or playing
It's
a
just
joke.
a steak if you have it like.
That's terrible misrepresentations of stoners that they order Big Macs without buns.
Yeah.
Because surely they get
they'd want to eat
munchies and they
more.
want everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's give me like 10 million pickles.
They say or just playing a joke. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. That is.
Oh, a joker.
God, look at the server in the drive-thru. He's got a server's a hamburger without the buns.
Fuck life.
Oh, YOLO. So I brush it off. As long as they pay for it, I don't care. Once I bag the order and ready to serve, I stand at my window ready to hand out the order, and I am standing there for at least 5 minutes before an old black pickup truck drive up to my window.
Well, you're gonna say something else there.
How dare you?
I don't know. That's the way the grammaticalness of the story isn't very good, and so it allured me to think that it wasn't a black pickup truck.
When I say this thing is very old, the engine was making this horrible sound, like something was caught inside the car! And the paint was all peeled back. That's another sentence for that. Just because that was important to know. This is no surprise to me, because I constantly look at cars like this, day in and out. But! In capital letters, what made it memorable was the smell. It was horrible. I reminded me of the time my mum forced me to clean the refrigerator of all the leftovers.
I don't think I'll be sleeping tonight, by the way.
It's terrifying. The mix of sour milk and old taco meat, mouldy stale bread, and leftover Vegstables.
I got my laugh.
Oh my god. This just sounds like a normal day at McDonald's to me. This doesn't sound scary at all.
Exactly, the toilets are scarier than this.
Exactly. It made me gag and feel like I need to throw up, but I had to keep my composure and breathe out my mouth.
That's like so contradictory. Like, the grammar's awful, but yet they use the word like composure.
Sorry, it's not breathe out my mouth, it's keep my composure and breath out my mouth. But the smell suffocated me, forcing me to hold my breath. It got worse once he rolled down his window. I put on my best fake smile and greeted him with his food. I didn't see his face until he turned towards the light. He wasn't an old-looking man, maybe in his late 30s, but his face and head was covered in grey hairs. It was long and stringy, and very thin, almost making him look older than he really was. His eyes were grey and his lips looked very chapped, almost like they were about to crack and blister if he smiled too hard. I handed him his food without touching his hand, and closed my window after telling him to have a nice day. For a second, our eyes met, and it sent shivers down my spine. He smiled under his thick beard and winked at me. How can he have a thick beard? You just said his hair was thin.
He's like Hulk Hogan.
He smiled under his thick beard and winked at me, and said, Hulkamania 2012! No, For a second, our eyes met. Oh no, I'm reading the same thing again.
Oh god. They met again.
Scared, I quickly turned my back and I hear a tap on the window, which means he wants my attention. Oh, great! In capital, I tell myself. I open my window and say, Yes, sir. What can I do for you? No. She's American, surely.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What else can I do you for? And he does the weirdest thing. He closes his eyes and takes in a big breath of air, like he was inhaling something. And for the first time I hear his voice. You smell so good, he says in a raspy voice. Excuse me, sir, I say, fully knowing what he says, but shocked that I had to hear it again. This smells good, he says, lifting up his McDonald's bag. Okay, well, have a good night, I say. I say. Getting the voices mixed up. Oh.
Whoops.
I can never do an audiobook. At this point, I am scared and want to leave as soon as possible. I continue to close my window. How big is this window? But he puts his hand in the way and slides the window back. In shock, I look at him. Yes, sir? I ask? Oh, no, sorry, I got confused there. They're not very good at using quotation marks, so it looked like the person said, I ask as well. It's like they were going, yes, sir, I ask? Can I get a cup of ice water, please? He asked, tilting his head to one side in a way that makes you wanna close your eyes and wish you worked at a Build-A-Bear workshop. Yes, sir, I say, and proceed to get his water. I don't realize how bad I'm shaking, till I realize I spilled half the cup before putting the lid on. You didn't realize till you realized. Okay. I take in a deep breath and refill the complimentary cup of water. When I look back out the window, the man is staring straight, as if I never left that spot. And his mouth is moving. His mouth is moving. At a fast pace. As in, like, peanut paste or something.
Peanut paste? The
Yes.
fuck's peanut paste?
I don't know, probably in America exists. Like,
No, that's
squeezed
like cheese paste.
Yeah. As if he was talking, but no sound out of his mouth. He doesn't stop until I open the window again. I hand him the cup of water with the straw in the same hand.
Oh, a straw.
He stares at it like it wasn't what he asked for. I keep trying to correct this, but I know I shouldn't.
Yeah, we want the true story.
Then
Grittiness and all.
and shitty grammar and all. Then what happened next nearly makes me wanna die. How bad could it be? This isn't exactly Lovecraft. This isn't like something so maddeningly terrifying that you jump out a window. You know, these aren't elder gods.
Spoilers.
This is a But which story? This is a creepy old man at McDonald's. This is just like every day in like America. The man grabs my wrist, making me drop the cup of water. In shock, I don't do anything. Too scared to move with one O. Two with one O. That annoys me.
Oh.
All I do is watch him as he grasps my wrist and hand like it belonged to him. You know what he's going to do though? He's going to unscrew his hand. No, I'm joking.
Reference to something that wasn't recorded.
It was. I'm not sure. Was it? I don't care.
Don't know. We'll find out.
That was a Tracy Beaker fanfiction, if anyone's wondering. Puts my wrist to his nose and deeply inhales, making this moaning sound as if he was being turned on. Oh, yeah. In disgust, disgust is spelt like I discussed with my friend. It's not.
Oh god. In disgust.
In disgust, I snatch my hand back, and he screams at me, "I've been looking for you! I must have you!" I scream, and before I know it, he is halfway through my window, grabbing at me.
What? Did he get out of his car window?
Apparently, he just
Climbed
smashed
through his car window.
He just smashed through the windshield. I thought the windshield was closed. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. She said, and like she had like 2 lines saying, "Oh, I was closing the window."
I run and go to my manager's office and tell him I have been attacked. He gets up and runs to my window. When he gets there, he says whoever it was left. He then tells me to go take a break, and he will take care of my station, so if he comes back, he will take care of him. So I make my way to the employee break area, and turn out the lights, and just sit there, and try and compose myself. I just couldn't shake it. After 30 minutes, my oh god. It says after 30 mins it's time for me to go home. But I have to clean my area first. I was very hesitant to go back. I can't. This is making me not able to read. As I
It's not like we have an English exam tomorrow.
Yeah, not like that or anything. I'll just be thinking about this, like the creepy old paedophile at McDonald's. Who probably just had a bread allergy. I mean, there's no.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just an old man who had like dementia.
He could, yeah.
Thought this lady was his like long lost daughter or something, and just had a allergy. I mean, or it could be.
They both live
Ghost! As I started to stock up my cup, I see that there is one on the floor. I thought it said no one for some reason. I picked it up, and written in red ink, in terrible handwriting, is, "You will be mine." I can't help but panic and start hyperventilating. So there's just this lady standing there in the middle of McDonald's picking up this paper cup going... Some terrible red handwriting. This is ridiculous. My manager sees me freaking out and tells me to call my ride and he will clean up everything for me. As my mum pulls into the parking lot...
She has a beard!
I run at full speed to the car door. I get in and don't tell her a word of what happened. On the ride home, I realise that my Pandora bracelet I got when I turned 18 is missing, and replaced as red marks from when I was attacked. I hide my arm and hold back tears all the way home. I didn't go back to work for a whole 2 weeks. For a whole 2 weeks! And I felt very better and confident. She felt
Better
very
and confident.
confident until tonight when I came home and found an envelope taped to my front door. I almost died when I tipped the envelope. And out came my bracelet and a note. A note written on a McDonald's bag. The said, "You are mine now." The end.
What? Character development or what?
That was just wow. That is probably like on the level of Twilight right there.
That's how
I mean, I
50
hate
Shades
to
of
say
Grey
it.
was created.
I really hate to say this, but it just looks like there's a trend of women not being able to write. I'm sure that there have been great, like, you know, female authors in the past. We got Jane Austen, Helen Keller. Was she an author or not? I can't
I
remember.
don't know.
Probably. Yeah, some other people. Shows my knowledge of female authors. But it just seems like nowadays we've got people that write 50 Shades of Grey, which was a Twilight fan fiction. Stephanie Meyer, who actually wrote Twilight. You know, just seems like there's
mayonnaise.
you know, spreading between women, making them unable to write. What's your opinion, Aaron?
Brian Lee O'Malley's cool.
There you have it.